Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Mighty Misfit Menagerie, or
Cast.
We are continuing tonight with another episode of Icewind Rime of the Frostmaiden. So who would like to give me a recap of where we ended last week?
Well, me and Mark might be dead, so I don't think it's fair for us to do it.
Or you should have to.
You should have to do it then.
Okay, so we started on a cold morning in Bryn Shander. We awoke, went to the bar, the Witch's Teat, and our friend, our local neighborhood dwarf? She's a dwarf, right?
Yeah, she's a dwarf.
Yeah, dwarf woman gave us a few different options to kind of mull through. There was one that we can go up to Coven's Cairn and speak to a local druid about some stuff. There was a team of people that went up Coven's Cairn to kind of fight him, I guess, for some god-awful reason, and they never came back. And then aside from that, there's another Red Wizard of Thay being burned alive in a different town. We didn't really care about that guy, so we went up to Coven's Cairn. Yet. We didn't care about him yet. We went from there to Targos, where we met the family of one of the possibly late people that went up the mountain. And she, right? It was a woman. Or was the man? He decided, or we offered our services in. I'm sorry.
Keegan.
We offered our services to Keegan in replace for him carving us, our likenesses into some kind of material that we didn't really disclose. We asked for obsidian, but I don't know if that's possible. And then we made our way up the mountain. We saw a few goats on our way up. Not much happened, and then an avalanche came, and we all fought tooth and nail to get out of the avalanche's path, knowing that Finnick and Tranquil couldn't get out of the way in time. Finnick threw Tranquil against the side of the mountain, gave him his spell book, and was trying to protect him as we all get toppled over by snow. And I believe me and Tranquil are the only two that are currently under the snow.
Yes, at the very last minute, Altus was able to dive out of the way of most of it. And that is where we will begin tonight, with the damage being dealt out of those of you that were actually affected by the avalanche. So Altus, go ahead and roll a d10. Finnick, roll a d10. And Tranquil, roll a d10.
Ooh, that's 8.
All right, Altus, because you failed the strength save last time, that's going to be the full 8.
Okay.
That's a 10 for me.
That'll be the full 10. Tranquil?
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I have to roll a d10? Sorry.
You're dying in the snow, so it's okay. I understand zoning out. You know, frostbite's hard to get to you.
Now.
It was 6 for me. 6.
Because of the shielding of your mentor's body, you're only going to take half of that, so that'll be 3 for you. And that is when the rest of this begins. The 3 of you, that's Tempest and Altus and Z, are all on the other side of this new embankment of snow, as our 2 remaining members of the party are underneath it. Can I please get an athletics check from both Finnick and Tranquil?
I got a 10. Hey!
10 and 7s? Those are both failures. Can I get perception checks from anybody who's trying to search for them?
I start pulling my rope out and I turn to Z and will you anchor or search?
It's probably better for you to anchor.
Perception? God, 9.
I got a 18 for perception.
Also an 18 for perception.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you said that Tempest is anchoring, correct?
She's stronger, so yeah, I'm hoping that's a good idea.
Am
Okay,
I?
so-
Should we double check?
Do you have a negative to your strength?
No. Okay.
Okay,
I'm
then you're
in.
The two of you can make a full dash speed back to them. They are, at this point, I believe, about 60 feet away from you.
Right, I dash, but as I'm going, is Altus? So wait, is Altus coming with me? Or is
Altus?
Altus is on the snow too, right? All three of them.
Altus was able to make it out. He took damage from the snow, but he made it out of it.
Okay, is
Yes.
he over with us, or is he closer to them? Or we think
He's
they might
closer
be?
to you. The way that he made it
Okay.
out of it was like diving out, taking snow on his back as he landed on the other side with you.
Okay, so since I know Altus is kind of new to snow,
Okay.
I tell him no sudden movements and no loud noises, or else we might trigger another one.
Valuable information. Valuable information. Oh God, what do we do, Z? What do we do?
I start running towards wherever I think they're going to be at.
Okay. Yeah, Tranquil.
I would like to cast light on the snow around us.
Okay. So you will not be able to make a check this turn then.
That's fine.
Okay, cool. All right, and can I get a check from Finnick?
Yeah. 9.
Okay, nothing. So from Tranquil casting light up into the snow, can I get another perception check from the two of you that are moving in the direction of your fallen comrades?
15.
11.
19.
Hey.
Okay. So both of you see this strange light in the snow. Thankfully, with the way that the winter is set in, even being not darkness yet, the world around you is completely dark, and it's easy to see this strange light beginning to emanate through the clear crystalline flecks as you get closer. And this turn, you should be able to reach them.
I'd like to try to reach them then.
Okay. You can spend, it's going to take a minute, but you can begin to try and dig them out.
Okay. I'll do that.
Okay. And are you going to be doing the same thing, Altus, or are you doing something else?
Yeah, I'm gonna just help dig.
Do you both have gloves?
I assume so, yeah.
I
Living
mean,
in the
I would
snow?
assume that's part of like winter gear, yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Can I have both of you roll just a straight d20 for me? And while you're doing that, can I get another action or another check from both Finnick and Tranquil into the sea?
Seven.
Mark, what's going on?
7 3 times in a row?
It was a
going
10, a
on?
9, and a 7.
It's going down. You're muted,
Oh.
Tranquil.
I got a 16.
Nice.
As Altus is starting to dig above you, you feel the shift in the snow and are able to burst out of it, gasping for air. This deal with an avalanche not quite going the same as your first. As you're able to be pulled above the snow, Finnick is still trapped below, unable to make further actions.
I'm going to start digging a light right along with them. So
I got a 13 on my straight d20 roll.
Great.
I got a 1.
Okay. Your gloves are destroyed in the process of trying to dig deeper into the snow. If you want to continue, it's going to start to cause damage.
I'm still gonna continue.
Okay. Between the three of you, it's very, very easy to dig Finnick the rest of the way out, though he's unable to move until you get him above the snow. You barely meet this requirement that you know if he would have been in there for another minute and a half, he would have had dire consequences. But all of you are now laying on the side of the mountain, the once clear path completely obscured by snow. Now the only way forward being the footprints that you left behind and your waving party member acting as an anchor on the other side. Altus, take 1d4 damage.
So we're all out. We're all good.
That went well.
We should find somewhere like stable so we can get a fire going.
I shove your spell book back into your hands and say, your handwriting is incomprehensible anyway, so what good would that have done me?
It's fine. I'll be better next time. Yeah, fire sounds amazing right now.
As my hands are shivering and I'm like rubbing them together, breathing on them, trying to get them warm, I would love a fire, please. As I'm also probably bleeding pretty bad.
All right. So are you taking a short rest in order to build this fire?
I assume so, yeah.
Away from...
Yeah, somewhere stable.
Yep.
We got to get back to Tempest and then...
Okay.
Yep.
Tempest.
Okay. Go ahead.
Tempest, give me your gloves.
I do.
I give those to Altus.
So, okay, so was I'm confused as to what our positioning was. I'm sorry. Never mind. Just keep going. It doesn't matter.
The way that it was this, so the way that you're walking along this path, there's a rock outcropping on one side and then a slight embankment that leads to a drop off on the other side as it leads to the base of the Kelvin's Cairn. You're roughly halfway up the mountain at this point. But when the avalanche shot over it, you are on the north, like up mountain side of it. Tranquil and Finnick were caught right in the center of it, and then Altus and Z just barely made it to the other side as the avalanche crashed across. So the path down the mountain right now is partially obscured, though you can see that there is more accessible terrain 100, 200 feet away. Where you are right now, it's just all snow.
So I think where we're looking to go is like here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you want to keep moving forward in order to kind of get away from the... Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If you go away from this pass here, the path continues for a while through rocky terrain that's fairly narrow, not very difficult, or not very easy to get through, until you reach an area where the path sort of opens up, but the walls around it on either side begin to get higher. It shelters you from the wind and the snow that's kind of always flurrying around here, whether it's actively coming from the sky or just being blown by the mountain. But it also casts a heavy shadow. And you see, Hank, if you could zoom in a little bit for me.
Wait, did we take our short rest?
No, because you were looking for a place to build a fire. There is a body face down in the snow forward on the path.
I approach it with my axe drawn.
Okay,
So wait.
I'll go ahead and... Is everybody approaching or just Tempest?
I'll approach with Tempest, but making sure she's in front.
And I will get behind Finnick so that somebody is watching Finnick's back.
Stay a little bit behind.
I'm going to
How
kind of
close?
stay behind with Z.
How close do you plan on getting those of you that are approaching it more directly?
I'm going to get close enough to touch him.
Okay. As you get closer to it, you see that it is a humanoid body dressed in winter clothing, and it does appear to be breathing, though shallowly.
And that dog just ran off? What happened to his... What's the dog doing?
The dog is following you at this point, and it immediately sprints up to the body and starts to nuzzle the face, as if it's trying to flip the body over.
Okay, I kneel down and try to uncover the mouth, see if they're breathing. And
it is a human male, just like you expected. As the dog starts to lick his face, he slowly comes more and more to, and looks very groggy and disoriented, but is definitely alive. He's got a gash in his side, with the bleeding seems to have stopped, but there's lots of blood coming that was clearly splattered from him. and this just appears to be where he fell.
Does he have 0 hit points?
He's waking up.
Okay.
It's barely conscious. Is that you? And he reaches up and starts to touch the dog and pet it and pulls it close, and the dog just like leaps into his arms as they both just kind of are there on the ground together. The dog being very careful not to put any weight on the man as the man starts to get some of the dog's warmth.
Are you Garrett?
Yes. Where are we?
I'm Paladin's Karen.
Side of a big, stupid mountain. That's where we are.
He gets a look of fear in his eyes and starts to look around, trying to figure out what exactly has happened. Where did everybody end up? We were attacked.
You're the first one that we've seen, Garrett. What were you attacked by?
What is everybody's passive perception?
Not
10.
good, I can tell you that much.
15.
11.
Okay.
I don't know. Probably not good.
It was a Yeti. We're making our way up the mountain to find Yemenartok, and before we were able to, we were. Yes?
After seeing the dog start to nuzzle, I would have felt safer approaching, so I probably would have made my way up to them by now.
Okay.
I start building a fire, I guess.
Okay.
This is a good enough spot.
All right. As you go down to start building the fire, roll initiative.
Oh, God! Ooh, that's rough. That's really rough.
17.
22, not 20.
Nice.
17.
8.
2. Oh, no.
Did you say 2?
Yeah.
Oh no.
My twin got a nat 20 and I got a nat 1.
Oh no.
Damn.
Oh no.
We are truly yin and yang.
She was too busy building the fire. That's what was happening.
Okay, and
She was building the fire.
Between Tranquil and Z, who wants to go first? Sorry, between Finnick and Z, who wants to go first?
Z's going first. I have a 0 dex.
Okay.
This wouldn't qualify for my danger sense, would it?
Tell me your danger sense again.
Because isn't that's that barbarian thing where you can't be surprised if it's something I can see, but I didn't see it, right? Whatever it is.
Well, it is something that you can see. So as a crag cat leaps off of the upper embankment and dives down to attack Z, the only one of you that does not have the surprise condition is Tempest.
Can I get over there? Oh my God.
So, just because we're going to get it in the YouTube comments, technically Danger Sense only works against traps and spells. It's a dex save thing.
All right. Well, I don't know.
Oh, no, I'm just bringing it up because usually I wouldn't say anything, but we've been getting a lot of comments about things we do wrong, so I'm just bringing it up. So
okay. I think that it's not going to make a huge difference this time just because of distances, so I will give her an action this round, but we will note that for the future. Thank you for catching it. And
hey, if the DM says it's okay, they can't call us out because the DM says. That's why I said something so the DM could just insert.
Thank you. Good catch. Okay, so with that, does a 14 hit and does a 16 hit?
You have mage armor.
One of those hits.
Okay. I'm gonna take
put in your mage armor.
Yeah, that's with mage armor.
Okay, you immediately take four piercing damage as the crag cat leaps from the side of the cliffside and bites into the side of you. It takes a swipe, but you're able to move your arm out of the way before it is able to get another attack in. And with that, the combat fully begins, and we start with Tempest.
Okay, so I'm going to do a double move action to get next to the cat. Rage on the way. And that's all I can do, I think.
Okay. Excellent. Which cat are you trying to get next to? The one next to Z?
There's more than one? No,
there's
only
another one
right?
that is not close enough to you right now for you to be able to see on the map. But
perceive it? Okay.
Yeah, it's visible on my map. My map is very long because it is a passageway.
Okay.
So this crag cat was almost closer to you.
Okay. Yeah, no, not that one. Okay, I don't even think I would see that one. So yeah, the one that's attacking Z.
Excellent.
And Tempest with a move action and a bonus action to rage, you could still attack this turn. It's within 30 feet.
Oh, it didn't look like it was within 30 feet, but okay, if it is, then sure, let's do that.
Oh wait, no, I'm looking at Finnick, not you. My bad.
All right. So with that, I think that means that her action was correct as said, and we will move on to Tranquil.
Although, I could throw a javelin instead. Never mind. I'm sorry. I already did it. Let's go.
Throw a javelin. Every damage matters.
Okay. So, Tranquil.
5, 10, 15. I will hex it.
Okay.
So let's say we're going to hex its strength because it looks like a grappler. So.
All right. Strength it is.
And then does a 18 plus 5 hit, so 23?
Barely. Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. Okay, that's not bad. 4, 8, 9, plus 3, 12, and then it has booming blade on it. So 12 damage.
Okay. 12 damage and booming blade?
Yeah.
Excellent.
And then I will back up 10 feet.
Okay. And with that, we will move on to Finnick. Z. I apologize.
This thing is right up in my grill, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's right up on you.
Oh, fantastic. If I back away, gets an attack. But I gotta take that chance.
Okay.
So we're gonna move there.
Okay. It gets a 20 on its claw attack as you're walking away.
Okay.
So that's gonna be 7 slashing damage.
Oh, fantastic. I'm looking real bad, guys.
You got rid of your potion. No.
We're gonna do. I'm gonna cast a spell at it.
Okay.
That's a 22 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
Now this is a level 1 spell, so you do get to roll on that table if you want.
Thank you very much. I will. I need a D20.
That was not the time, Hank.
Let's make it interesting, yo.
I need a D20 from you first.
Wait, that's not this one.
Yeah, it is.
Before you roll it, Sir Hanks-a-Lot, is low bad or is high bad?
Low's bad.
Low's bad.
No, it's only if I roll a 1.
Yeah. Not a 20.
Okay.
So low's bad.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but it's specifically a 1. It's not like if I get anything lower than a 10. It's only if it's a 1. So for the damage, first off, that's 13.
Great.
Um,
I mean, terrible. No, damn.
and if it matters, it's fire damage.
Okay.
As far as the d20 roll, that's 12. So there's
Okay,
no
that's
effect.
fine. No effect. All right. And from that, we're going to move down to Finnick.
I will. I'll situate myself.
The Z noises are very fun.
I just don't know what to do.
I'll situate myself closer to the middle of the pack, and I will. Yeah, I'll firebolt this puppy here. This
Okay, great.
kitty.
Go ahead and roll for attack.
14 to hit.
That hits.
Nice. That is 7 fire damage.
Okay.
Can I, as a free action, call out to Altus to protect Garrett and the casters from the
Yeah, totally.
pincer maneuver?
Mhm.
Altus, get behind us! Keep the other cat off of us!
Okay, that'll bring us down to the cats now. This cat is going to make a swipe at Tempest in front of it. All right, Tempest, does a 9 hit you?
No.
Nice.
All right. And as it does that, it kind of loses a step and steps back to regain its composure to move forward. This cat comes straight through, and it goes to attack Garrett. I'm going to say that at this point, as it moves forward, the dog steps up to try to defend him. It does... a 10, which will not hit him even in his current state. And that will bring us to Garrett and the dog. Garrett can't really do anything at this point. He is chew wounded, but his canine companion does not hit the crag cat. It tries to lash out and bite, but the cat is able to slink backwards at the last minute as you hear it hiss and the dog bark it all at once. That will bring us down to Altus.
As a bonus action, I would like to cast Healing Word on myself because, man, do I need it.
Okay.
Okay. I needed that. Okay, and then I'm going to... the fresh cat that is attacking our newfound dog, I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay, great. And that's a save from him?
Believe so.
Or is that an actual attack?
No, it's an
I see
attack.
somebody
it's a ranged
shaking
spell
their head.
attack.
Go ahead, roll your attack.
I assume a 6 doesn't hit.
6 plus what?
A 6.
Okay, great. No, it does not hit.
I already had dice.
Is there maybe a portent involved in that attack roll? Maybe?
Not a good one. No.
That is going to bring us down to Tempest.
Okay, I am going to attack the cat in front of me with my axe. Not with that dice. Okay. 12 plus 4, 16.
That will hit.
Okay. D12. Here we go. Oh no, that one fell off. Okay, that one got 7. 5. 5 plus 4, 9.
You swing the axe down and cleft the cat right through the face as it falls off your axe with the steam rising from the blood and the snow as it begins to pool and melt. You hear the other cat let out a howl as its brethren dies. And that will bring us to the top of the round, Tranquil. You are muted.
You're muted.
I'm going to move 20 feet towards the other cat. Bonus action, move my hex to the new one.
Okay.
And then I'm not even going to bother with Booming Blade because I doubt it's going to move.
You should probably Booming Blade it.
Okay. I will Booming Blade it as well. That's going to be a 13?
13 just hits.
Oh, okay. Okay. 8, 9, 10, plus 3, 13 damage.
Okay.
And is now booming with thunder energy, whatever that looks like. I don't even know.
The cat just has a very faint yellow-blue outline around it that's almost shimmering with vibration. Okay, that's going to bring us then to Z.
I'm going to cast Firebolt on it. 23 to hit. That's 9 damage. Fire.
9 fire damage? Okay.
Yep.
All right. He is really not looking good. It's a very... He's starting to bleed from the singed fur, and you can even see some exposed bone that got scorched by the hit. That's going to bring us down to Finnick.
I will come closer to it. The other one's dead, right? Yeah, good.
Yeah.
I'll come closer to it, right behind our little dog friend, and I'll say, "Bad kitty," and I'll cast Fear. And
what save is that from him?
It's a whiz save, and he rolls a 4 on it. So
that he does.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he is terrified.
Perfect. So he has the fear condition. Target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or is frightened of you until the spell ends. The frightened target repeats the saving throw at the end of the turn. So it walks away from me as far as it can.
That is fantastic. That will bring us down to Z, who already went. What in the world? I'm going around my... I apologize, y'all. That's going to bring us to the cat now.
Go again.
And the cat is immediately going to try and run away. And as he does, activate Booming Blade.
For an additional 7.
And you have killed both of the cats. The second cat, you see the field of vibration starts to trail behind it and then sucks back into the cat with a loud sound, which luckily does not cause an avalanche in this moment as the cat falls to the ground, a little less dramatically dead than his brethren. You are out of initiative.
I think I speak for everyone when I say, "Fuck this mountain," and then I plop on the ground.
Yes.
Are these coats like valuable? Like, should I skin this cat?
Probably.
It's not a bad idea, honestly.
I'll do that.
I mean, we do have 3 party members who are just in avalanche that are probably cold still.
At the least, it provides a blanket.
I would say
start working on that.
It's going to take you an hour per cat because they're big boys.
Okay, well, we're going to short rest, right?
Would love if we short rested.
Yeah, short rest would be nice.
Okay. And y'all, we're building a fire?
I'll finish the fire, then do the cat.
Tempest, I'll take care of the fire. You focus on your grisly work.
Garrett is well awake by what just occurred and is leaning against his dog. Still not doing great, but alive.
So how many followed you up here, Garrett? Was it 2, 3?
There were four of us in total. There was myself. There was Makingo, Growling Bear, Akhenathi. He was the one that wanted to challenge Rime and Artok. He was a Goliath man. Perilu, she was a companion of his, a halfling, and then Tiefling. She kind of kept herself. I think she said her name was Asterix. From what I knew, she was a wizard, but I don't really know why she was with them. They all wanted to go together. I'm not sure what happened to the rest. I know that Mokingo fell to the Yeti, but I think that I drew him off of Perilu. And Asterix went running as soon as it all started. It's my responsibility to find the rest of them. I can't just stay here. We have to find out what happened to them. We have to try to bring them home if they're still there.
Oh, do you know if this Yeti would have brought him back to its burrow?
Well, I watched the Goliath die. But the other two, I'm not really sure. I know that Asterix was gone by the time the Yeti began to chase me, so I assume that she made it away, but I didn't see Perilu.
Master, if I could have a moment of your time.
Yes, sure.
I'd like to draw Finnick away from the group. Master, our job was to save this Garrett person. It sounds like he's going to be wanting to go further up the mountain. I say we knock him out and just go back down before we lose any more resources to this damn mountain.
I would tend to agree with you, Quill, but I also have some business with Menagerie talk, so I need to go back up the mountain.
Master, any number of us could die on this fool's errand.
I understand that, and you're free to leave without me, but something I must do.
Is this really, truly important, Master?
It's one of the only important things in my life. And I'll put my hand on your shoulder. One of.
Very well. Very well, but if I die up here, I'm going to haunt you so hard for so long.
Well, I'm prepared for that fate. Can you believe this guy? He was going to challenge Menagerie talk, and he gets killed by a Yeti. Like what? Idiot.
I am not really sure about how bad a Yeti is, but one druid doesn't sound as bad as a Yeti.
Well, if you knew him, you know he's bad.
I don't know him, so I'm not really sure.
If you did, anyway, let's get back. Let's go back.
Okay. What are you doing the rest of the night, or the rest of this rest? Taking 2 hours to get those pelts.
Altus, I saw you throwing a lot of... Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Look.
Altus, I saw you throwing out a lot of magic, and we just survived an avalanche. Should we try and camp for the night? This seems relatively safe now that we've killed the crag cats. I can't imagine too many more predators in their territory.
I like the idea, but I fear that the ruckus would have attracted others. I think maybe we push on a little bit further once Tempest is done with her errands. Maybe we push on a little bit further and then find another suitable place for camp.
Yeah, I'd like to be away from where that Yeti last attacked.
Very well.
We were further up the mountain when they removed the rest of my team. I'm not sure where else is safe, unless you plan to return down. I don't know how long Perilu and Asterix have.
Apparently, Finnick has business at the top of the mountain, so we must go up there and fall to our deaths.
Was there any warning before the Yeti attack?
He came out of a snowbank, the mouth of a cave, and just leapt from there.
Describe it to me.
Huge. Not that I've never seen a Yeti before, but never this close. It was much larger than I expected it to be.
Just describe the snowbank in the cave.
There's a tough climb, a little ways up the path here. It's going to take some work, and if you get beyond that, then you can get to the cave where we were attacked. It's an open mouth. We didn't get quite far inside. I saw a large chamber and something dark beyond. That's all.
I'll send Jessica up and kind of blanket the whole path on the way up to see if we can find the cave and if there's anything that stands out.
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception for Jessica.
18.
Okay. Yeah, he finds the cave pretty easy. There's not a lot of caves right at this level of Calvin's Cairn. And there is a dark opening within the rocks. And it's clear that there's blood on the outside of it. And in the snow itself that has not yet been covered up by a new layer. You don't see the snowbank, but that would kind of make sense with a large being having leapt out of it, you know?
Okay.
But you definitely know where it is now.
Well, I have a good idea of the route. And again, none of you have to come with me. But if you do, I enjoy your company.
No offense, Master, but shove it up your ass. We're in it for a penny and for a pound.
Thank God. Okay. I was scared a little bit.
Are we resting before we go up there, or?
Well, I mean, if there are going to be... Go ahead, sir.
I know the cave would offer more respite from the colds than just here on the mountainside, but also there's the impending Yeti.
And if we're trying to find survivors, I doubt people survive long in a Yeti's company.
Okay, well, does anyone have a healing potion or something? Because I got 3 hit points left.
Here, I throw you mine.
We took a short rest, though. Did you use your dice?
No, we didn't take a short rest. We were waiting from the campfire. We did take one.
I had to skin my cats.
Yeah.
Yeah, so technically we took 2 short rests.
I thought there was like a... Okay.
The rest of you were resting while your barbarian was hard at work.
I can get back up to full. Yeah.
And just a reminder, everyone else spent hit dice, right? Because I know I spent 1 to get back up to full. So
that's both of mine to get back up to full.
Yep.
Take any damage. So. Okay.
Must be nice.
Yeah, for real.
You know.
Rio will be a barbarian in another few hours.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know what you're talking about. Rook takes so much damage. Rook takes so much damage.
And he has all of it.
But are you planning on then continuing up the mountain? Okay. Did anybody heal Garrett at all?
I will. How silly of me. I give him my healing potion.
Okay. He takes a moment and then decides that drinking is probably the only way that he's going to be able to continue. So he does down it. And you see, as all of you are used to, the gash begin to start to seal. It doesn't close off into a full scab yet, but it does get a lot smaller than it was before.
Does it look like he's 1 H? No, I'm not going to heal him with my ability. Never mind.
Okay. If you are willing, then I'd be happy to try and guide you as far as I'm able. I don't want to return without my party.
Try to do better than last time.
Yeah, don't guide us into a Yeti if you can.
Oof.
If it's any consolation, I'm a great fan of your work.
If it's any consolation, we're great fans of your dog.
Oh, that's what I meant. I'm sorry. Was that not clear? Not the guiding part, the dog rearing part.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tranquil. We're getting better at this, you know.
Boy gives a bark and runs around Garrett's legs multiple times and then leans on him, and now he's finally strong enough that with the dog leaning, he doesn't almost fall over. He actually is able to stay up. All right. If you're willing, then let's continue on.
Is he out of hit dice? Can he not spend a hit dice since we took a short rest?
He doesn't have hit
He
dice.
doesn't have hit dice.
No. But he seems close to back to normal for him. I mean,
If he dies, he dies.
I'm so glad that we have a human commoner along with us with like 4 HP.
Very
all
useful.
right. So now we're moving on to the next phase here. As he guides you up the path, he leads the way now, confident that he can spot whatever might be in front of you. And he points out where things are going to get a little bit more uncomfortable as far as the move itself. Up ahead is a 15-foot high, 10-foot wide cave mouth that you can see just above this wide crag, a jagged outskirting of rock that leads around a corner up the rest of that height. In order to be able to get around it, I'm going to need a party athletics check.
Like from each of us or just one for the whole party?
For each of you.
Great.
Wonderful.
And it's definitely athletics. It's not like any intelligence.
Definitely in
skill
athletics.
Or got it.
Yeah,
Cool.
you can really smartly make this athletics check, but it is a strength athletics check.
Sorry,
Got it.
guys.
I got a 10.
I also got a 10.
Okay.
Yay!
I got a 10. I'm using a luck point. I got a 17.
Okay.
I got a 7.
Okay.
Did she say 7? She meant she was raging and she got a 20.
7. Okay.
3.
3. Okay. You are able to move forward to about a third of the way across this rocky outcropping. Most of you making it around. Both Tempest and Z's nerves are just fried by what this is doing to you. Your fingers almost frozen to the rock itself. The two of you take a point of exhaustion.
Okay.
The wind is picking up as you continue to move around the face of this cliffside, making it closer and closer to that opening of the cave. I need another athletics check from the group.
Do they get disadvantage on it now?
It's a single level of exhaustion.
That's what. Okay.
If our barbarian wants to rage, they are welcome to. But
Hold on.
Okay.
I got a 17 this time.
great.
I rolled a 1. I'm going to use another luck point.
Okay.
14. Okay. That's
Okay.
better.
And again.
12.
Okay.
6.
Okay. This time you are able to make it almost to the end. No negative effects on anybody, as each of you are able to work more as a party this time, pulling each other closer and closer. And I need a final athletics check.
Dude, man, I hate this mountain.
Why?
Oh. 18. Much better.
Okay. I rolled a 7. I used my last luck point and I rolled a 2. So I'm obviously taking the 7, but it's not good.
I got a 5.
11.
Okay.
I got a 2.
Okay. You are not able to make any progress. You are still on the cliff face here. And those of you who got below a 10, I'll take a level of exhaustion.
How do I mark that? Conditions. No.
It's now been an hour that all of you are tensed and on this short cliff face between climbing and standing on a ledge, the other side of which is hundreds of feet down to the base of Kelvin's Cairn.
Wait.
Shake it out.
Say that over.
It's now been an hour that you're standing on these ledges with portions of climbing, all of which are narrow, tensed, where the other side is a steep drop down to the base of Kelvin's Cairn.
Got it.
So you're
Another
saying the pressure is
athletics check.
not.
Yes. I'm going to shake it out. I'm going to give it some time.
So are we doing another check?
Yes, another athletics check from everybody.
14.
Okay.
10.
Okay.
6.
4.
A 1.
Z.
Okay. So that was 2 successes and 3 failures. Everyone with a failure, take a point of exhaustion.
Oh my god.
2 points. Ooh, this is getting rough. And we can't go back, right?
I mean, we
Okay.
can, but
It's
But we
going to be the
have the
same checks.
Same checks.
Yeah, I
okay.
think. Oh man.
Okay, we just gotta get one round where everyone gets above 10. That's all we need. That's all we need.
Okay.
So
Um,
so throwing it out there, we have a climber's kit. Do we have the ability to set up a camp here on the edge? Can we like stake the cots into the wall, anything like that?
no.
Okay, just checking, just throwing it out there.
Wow. All right. Who? Tell me what everybody's points of exhaustion are right now. 2, 2. Okay. Helena and Hank remove 1. There was a mistake early on, so I'm going to let you guys roll without disadvantage for this one time because I made you roll disadvantage an extra time earlier.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me an athletics check, everyone.
Before we do that, who's next to me?
We'd all be pretty close together, I feel like.
Yeah.
I don't know how wide this like is. I don't know if I'd be able to use 2 hands, but whoever's next to me. Okay, whoever's next to me, I'd like to touch both their shoulders and say just a little more. We can do this, and cast guidance.
Okay. With his guidance, I got a 3. I got a natural 1, and then 2 from the guidance.
Okay.
I got a 19 though. 19.
15.
Okay.
And then with my level 2 exhaustion, I'm rolling a disadvantage, right?
Yeah. Given how rough this is, you can guidance yourself as well.
I smack myself on the face. And I can roll a d4 and add the number rolled. Well, it's okay. That's a 2.
Okay.
Altogether?
With disadvantage, I got a 1. And then with my guidance, I added 1.
We had a 19, a 15, a 2, and a 3 and a 2. And what did you get, Tempest?
6. I didn't get guidance, right?
You did.
Oh, we did. Okay, let me add that then real quick.
Roll a 4.
Come on, please get a 4.
Where is
come
my
on.
D4? Oh my
Please get a 4.
I'm freaking out. I don't even. I'll just use the generator. Where is that? I can do
The
that,
challenging
right?
world.
Where
Yeah.
the hell is that?
There's a little
It's
D20
a little
in the menu bar.
D20.
Okay, so I enter /roll.
Oh no,
You
just
click it.
Just click on the D20 and then hit D4 and it'll roll a D4 for you.
The joys of D&D Beyond. Or sorry, Roll20, which is phenomenal. Thank you, Roll20. But it's always fun to learn.
I don't get it. I don't get it. What it
Okay.
Four.
I felt real scared. You guys are fine. You with that, you get that sudden inspiration of the guidance of your cleric friend, and you're able to swing him up onto the ledge as he nearly falls off. As all of you make it to a snowy outcropping that is flatter than the land around it.
We need to rest again.
Yes, a long maybe rest would be good.
Means I get my rage back. That's cool. Definitely want
Yes.
that.
as you all are now on a much more open embankment, the frozen cave a little ways in the distance. Not quite close enough to make out any of the details of the inside, but close enough that you can see it on the face of the mountain. What do you all want to do?
I mean, after that perilous
Sleep.
climb, we should probably rest for the night.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see if we can set up camp along maybe an outcropping or something to shield us a little bit from the snow and the freezing weather.
Okay, give me survival or perception.
Five. No, actually, it's perception. It might be more.
These fucking dice.
I'm sorry.
Agreed.
No, five.
5.
6.
I got a 17 survival. Was I allowed to
Okay.
roll? Or
Yeah. No, I said whoever.
What are we rolling for?
I would assume survival or perception.
We're rolling to see if we can find a good place to camp for the night.
Let me roll perception, please.
My brain just did not process that last
And we're
minute. I'm
we're,
so sorry.
I know we're all under stress.
and we're still
15.
at disadvantage, right?
If you have exhaustion,
Yeah.
Oh,
Damn it,
yeah.
never mind. Let me re-roll my survival. Okay.
15.
Do you think it's a fantastic idea to sleep on the very edge of the cliff?
luckily, some of you have scored 15 or higher, and those you can see that the map that is in front of you here is fairly accurate, and there is a place right around these rocks here that are above the climb, where the ground's not super comfortable, but there are large rocks between you and the mouth of the cave, as well as most of the worst of the wind. So you are able to set up a camp there. You know that at this point, Garrett had to send Boy back down the mountain, but he's there with you and helping to set up the camp itself.
Upside, Garrett will have full HP.
Yay!
All right, so we're going to take a long rest.
Yes.
Please,
Yes.
God.
Much needed.
Okay. Is anybody keeping watch, or what are you all doing as this time continues?
I have the least amount of exhaustion and the least amount of long rest dependent abilities, so I can watch if need be.
Okay. And then we only get rid of 1 point of exhaustion, right? After this long rest.
Long
So
rest,
those
yeah.
of us that have 2 still have 1.
Yep.
Oof.
Okay. And are you taking the whole watch, or are we splitting that?
I mean, I would love to split it, but I if everyone else just wants to rest just 8 hours, I can try and power through.
Garrett will volunteer to take half of the watch with you.
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a perception check for the first half of the watch.
Shit, I didn't think I'd actually have to do that. With disadvantage, I'm assuming?
If you have your exhaustion still, and I think you do, so.
Well, that was a 15 and a 14, and I add +1, so it's a 15.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is not much to see with where you camped. The lights above you pass through the sky as they do every night as each of you rest. You can almost see a glimmer of something moving within them, a little bit brighter than everything around it, but only for an instant. The winds aren't too bad tonight, though you're glad that all of you still have your sleeping bags and your tents that you're able to set up in this area. The darkness just continues on until Garrett, halfway through the night, relieves you. And as the rest of you come back to another 6 hours later, those of you that had exhaustion, you lose 1 of your points, including Tranquil. What would you all like to do now?
Before we start our day, I rolled double natural ones for my portent.
Get those out of the way.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Good
So you're going to
lord.
use those to make wild magic happen, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh.
Make it a little interesting.
All right, let's do this.
So we're all
Now,
gonna
what would
go
you
in-
guys like to do today?
I
I'm
would
going
like
to
to
spend. Go ahead. I would just like to spend the first 3 hours mage armoring all the casters. So,
Okay. 3 hours?
well, yeah, mage armor, hour rest, get my spell slot back. Mage armor, hour rest, get my spell slot back. Mage armor. So
Okay.
2 hours.
Okay. With that, by the time you're completed, if everybody's down for holding still for that long, it has now become the twilight hours.
Unless we want to go without it. I mean,
Altus would be content doing some morning reading and just kind of preparing himself for the blisteringly cold and harsh conditions ahead. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with waiting.
Okay. Garrett's starting to get antsy by the end of it. Now that he's feeling more himself, he really wants to start moving again. You can see him looking back down the way that you came and trying to keep an eye on the mouth of the cave to see if he sees his companions.
I guess during that time, then I'll send out Jesker to see if he can find anything in the snow resembling a body or tracks or anything.
It's similar to the night before, with it having been a light night as far as snow, that you see the blood spatter outside the mouth of the cave. Roll a perception for Jesker. Or yourself if you're looking through his eyes.
For Jesker, that is a 9. 10.
He is pretty sure that he has come across the Yeti hunting further down the mountain, but he's not entirely sure what it was. It was just something big and white and fuzzy.
I'll tell that to the group.
How far away are we from the mouth of the cave?
Maybe 100 feet at this point.
Okay.
Either way, we're too close.
Yeah, we should continue up as soon as possible once we got everything figured out.
Agreed.
And hopefully we don't meet that thing on our way down.
Okay. Where are you going to go up? Are you trying to bypass the cave or are you going to it? You can see, and here, let me show you now where it is since you are close enough to it to see. This is the opening to the frozen cave there.
I feel like since Jesker saw the Yeti or something that resembles a Yeti hunting further down the mountain, we might be okay just taking this straight route through.
Okay.
What does everyone think?
I agree with that sentiment.
Do we think Yetis are family oriented? Well, we'll just have
That's
to be
a good
careful.
question. Yeah.
I mean, they are mammals. So, I mean, mammals are family oriented by nature. So,
So we'll just have to
Okay.
be careful.
So the plan is to go towards the mouth of the cave right now then?
do we want me
That's
to?
the-
Do we want me with no exhaustion to stealth ahead?
It would be a terrible idea. I just don't want you to get attacked solo by a Yeti, though. You're muted.
If you guys are just outside the cave,
Yeah. Just to be clear, this is the most direct way to get up, right? Is going to be the cave, or was their final destination the cave? Is that where the druid was supposed to be?
Garrett says, I am not as familiar with I am Nartok as our Goliath friend was. He was dead set that she was on this mountain, and I trusted him. I am familiar with the mountain itself, so I took him. Our plan was to go all the way to the top, and he believed he would find her along the way.
And then the mouth of the cave is the quickest way to the top.
Well, I was not, unfortunately, familiar with the cave itself before. This route is a little less traveled than what I'm used to. If you wish to bypass the cave, that is something that we can do. There is more ways to the top around it, aside from through it. I believe. I'm not really sure where the cave leads, to be honest.
But you are fairly confident your people would be in the cave, or no?
It depends on who's still alive. Like I said, I never saw Perilu again. Asterix ran off. I don't know if they were able to find each other or not, but neither of them came back past me in the snow before you all found me. To me, I think the cave may belong to the Yeti, but that's just a hunch.
I think going through the cave might be an unnecessary risk.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'd be walking into danger's face head on.
I agree that going into the cave is a bad idea, but if it's the quickest way up the mountain, then maybe, the route past the cave is the way to go, just quickly.
Yeah.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
So past the cave then?
No, I say we go for it.
But not through the cave,
yes.
past it.
Past the cave, yeah, right? Or in the cave. Why don't we do the stealth first and see what you see in the cave, and then go from there?
Okie dokie.
Okay. What is your stealth roll?
22.
Jesus. All right. So how far are you planning on going into the mouth of the cave?
You're muted again, buddy.
At least until I hear something.
Okay. Can you see this?
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
What am I looking at?
The mouth of the cave.
So,
oh, there we go.
I will bring Tranquil into here. You should be able to have control of yourself at this point. So up ahead is a 15-foot high, 10-foot wide cave mouth. And as you knew from Jesker, now you see for yourself, there's blood on the snow outside. Garrett had told you that this is where they were attacked. And as you begin to enter the mouth of the cave, there is the sound of a sort of strange laughter somewhere further in, as well as a whimpering cry. This area seems to be mostly empty, just rock and ice.
I have 60-foot dark vision. Can I see any more from this location or no?
That would be as far as you could see.
Okay.
If you want to move further in, we can reveal further in the cave.
Yeah, I want to go in the cave itself, so.
Yeah, this is all inside the cave, all within this first room. As you reach this area, you see there is a rock bridge that seems to go across this cavern. It goes down deeper than you can really see from where you are now. There's a rock bridge on this side, and then this appears to be some sort of ice formation that is solid, but bridging that gap.
But it's solid?
It is solid, yeah. The sound of the laughing and the crying is becoming louder and louder.
Okay, I don't have message, so hopefully somebody checks in with me as I continue forward.
I would be constantly checking in with him.
Okay.
Quill, what do you see?
No, but it sounds like someone's crying inside, so I think we kind of have to.
Do you need us to come in with you?
Stay near the entrance. I'm going to try and get further in.
Okay. So we're to get as close to the entrance as possible without like alerting whatever's inside.
I'm going to try the ice thing. I'm going to try
Can everybody roll? Anybody that's trying to enter the cave, roll stealth.
Damn it, that's not what I wanted.
Well, hold on. I'm very confused.
We're not entering.
This is the entrance to the cave?
This is the entrance to the cave.
Okay.
Oh, I thought that was like the...
I thought this was the embankment that was like outside of the cave.
I thought so too. I'm going to be right outside of the mouth of the cave, like towards the embankment.
I'm going to go up to this part right here, and I'll roll stealth. Oh, you can't see me doing that, can you? So... Oh, there. Did you see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wait. Where's my token? Maybe I can do it myself. No, I can't.
Yeah, I can give you your token. I wasn't sure who was doing what, so. And
Yeah.
I am fucking up all sorts tonight, y'all. You are correct. This is the mouth of the cave.
Okay. Cool.
What is?
This area.
So this is the embankment, and then that's the mouth. Yeah.
Yeah. Who wanted their tokens out?
Like here.
I do.
I'm gonna have to go inside.
Okay, there's you.
Altus, is your stealth going to be okay? Because I really don't want to die.
I have more stealth than I thought I did.
And I'm sending Jessica up, and any sign that the Yeti's coming back,
He's going to keep watch.
he's going to keep watch. Yeah.
Excellent. Give me another perception for him.
21.
Okay, excellent. He will keep watch then. Garrett tries, he's going to stay towards the mouth of the cave itself to try and ensure that what happened to last time to his party doesn't happen again. Okay, what's going on next?
Rio, you're muted, buddy.
Can I attempt this ice thing again now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm stealthing, so I can only move half speed. So, does anything happen?
No, it's a fairly thick sheet of ice. So, as you reach the end of this pathway, there is a 10-foot wall of ice leading up with stone underneath. And you can very audibly now hear the sound of what is nearly like a child playing, and a woman kind of reacting to each of the laughs with a cry, and then occasionally a much larger, very close being letting out like a sigh.
Will, are you okay?
I'm fine. I have a plan. I need either Altus or Z, or someone who can do a distraction.
I think Altus is on his way in. I don't know what Z's doing, but I'll send him both.
Tell him to take the ice sheet.
Okay. And then I'll message both Altus and Z separately. Sounds like he needs some help in there. You said take the ice sheet. I don't know what that means.
Okay, I would start to stealth in and go over the ice bridge path thing.
Okay. Give me a stealth roll.
That's an 11. I hate this dice.
Okay.
Altus.
Yeah, you slip and some of the rocks fall down into the chasm, showing you just how deep it is. But nothing seems to change.
I very delicately keep going.
Okay. The rest of you?
I would message Tranquil and say, Altus is coming your way. Do you need both of us or you're muted?
I wanted to be up this ledge before Altus got this close.
I can pull back a little bit.
As soon as I see Altus come around the corner from the ice sheet, I just kind of hold up my hand for him to stop. Stop there, right at the end of that tunnel.
So you're trying to climb the ice sheet?
I just want to see over it so I can see what's in this room.
It is 10 feet tall.
That's fine. I can do that. I got a climber's kit if nothing else.
Okay. So you're going to have to use the climber's kit then.
Okay.
Okay.
Stealthily use the climber's kit.
So actually, like jamming your ham or your pick into it so you can climb up.
Give me a fresh stealth as well as an acrobatics or athletics check.
Okay, so stealth is 18.
Okay.
And then acrobatics was 14.
Okay. Yeah. You're able to climb the ice wall. As you get to the top of the wall, you see the rest of the room. And immediately in front of you, very close to the edge of the ice wall itself, is female Yeti. She's leaning against the wall and looking into the main part of the room itself. She's the one that's sighing, and then occasionally you see her smile. She'll lean forward, lean back. It's clear that she's tied between boredom and amusement as you get a better look into the center of the room, where there is a Yeti tyke playing with a halfling. And it is batting the halfling around. And she's kind of wrapped in a ball to try and protect herself. And the tyke doesn't seem to get the idea that it might be hurting this halfling, but you can tell that she's definitely still alive by the sounds that happen as she gets rolled around the room, as the tyke continues to play with her.
Okay, so I'm going to move back to Altus, and I'm going to whisper to him my plan. Okay, Altus, so you're going to try and get the Yeti to chase you.
What kind of a plan is that?
Just trust me, get to the ice sheet, and then we'll be fine. Just get the Yeti on the ice sheet, and we'll be fine. All right?
Do you want it to come down the ice sheet, or do you want it just to look down at me?
I want the Yeti on the ice sheet. I have a plan.
Well, what's going on?
Oh my God. Finnick, I've died. Stop calling.
Nope. It's not funny.
Quill, should we go tell everyone else of our plan, or are our shrieks of horror going to alert them enough?
I think the shrieks of horror will alert them enough, yes.
Oh, we're going with that kind of plan again. Okay, cool.
Okay. What are you doing next?
Okay, so I'm going to go hide as close to this ice wall as I can in case she comes down over the ice wall. And then Altus will make a sound using thaumaturgy. Hopefully something that the Yeti will go and investigate as opposed to run from.
I knew that was going to be the plan. Okay, so I'm going to move just inside onto the ice sheet.
Okay.
This is the ice sheet back here, Altus.
Oh, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
I feel okay. I feel much safer doing that. I thought you meant like go into the room here.
No. I don't want you in the room. No.
Okay. I feel much safer. So I'm going to go back to the end of the ice sheet. I don't know if anyone else has dark vision and can see me there now, but okay.
Yeah, it is dark in here, so you do need dark vision to be able to function.
No problem.
Altus, Quinn isn't answering me. What's going on?
I would ready yourselves.
Oh, no.
Finnick, Tranquil has one of his plans, and I don't know why, but I trust him, and don't you ever tell him I said that.
Okay, fine.
Right.
I feel like I would see your shoulders slump and then ask Altus what's going on, because I'm like, I know that look.
Do we have Tempest Rage?
I'm ready. Let's be readying myself.
Quill.
Yes.
Quill is about to do one of his plans. We need to get ready. I'm just going to go over here in line of sight with what I can see of Altus here.
Okay.
All right.
What are y'all doing next?
Master, you and Z get ready to attack that ice sheet as soon as the Yeti's on top of it.
Okay.
Oh, good lord.
All right, if everyone's ready.
Okay, I'm going to stand just a little bit to the side here. I'm going to stand on top of Garrett.
Okay.
I mean, in theory, we could be farther back too. I mean, depending on what you're using.
Well, like if the Yeti's going to come streaking through here, maybe if we're in cover a little bit, and then once they run past.
Well, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Is I don't want to be in its direct path.
Right.
Personally,
that's a good point. I need to be here probably, just in case.
Can I move Garrett just over a little bit and?
I can still hit from here.
Actually, I'll just be here. It's fine.
I'll also recall Jesker and have him hang out on Altus's shoulder.
Okay.
And I'll kind of look through his eyes so I can see and actually know what's going on.
Okay.
As Jesker lands on my shoulder, weird. Okay.
And I'll do it. And I'll say, Altus, Jesker's going to be on your shoulder.
Warning's always appreciated. I'm a little new to this.
As you all continue to talk and plan in the mouth of this cave, you hear the laughter stop.
To be clear, they were all using the message spell. No one was actually talking.
Nobody said that.
What?
Yeah,
we've established that they were casting messaging back and forth.
What are you doing next?
I cast thaumaturgy and I make my voice boom as I just let out a battle cry.
As you let out that yell, you see particles of rock fall from the ceiling 20 feet above you. You see the ice itself seem to shake that path with you nearly on. And then in response, you hear the voice of a Yeti bellow.
As I hear that, I'm going to step back a few feet and probably out of the way from the spellcasters behind me.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
Waiting.
We're all waiting.
Just see where the Yeti goes.
I could. No.
We're going to roll to see where the Yeti goes. Okay. She leaps off of the top of the ice and comes trying to barrel down. She has to squeeze her way through the pathway here, turning sideways and wiggling her way through, but entirely consumed with protecting her child. She rushes forward to find the source of the noise, and not seeing anybody, she sees Altus and lets out another roar.
Dearest
we all attack.
Dearest DM, does she need to make a check over the ice?
Over which ice?
The ice sheet that she currently is at.
No.
As she does that, can I cast thaumaturgy again and cause the ice to shake and rumble underneath her?
You can, yeah.
I would like
What's
to do
everybody
that,
else doing?
if nothing else, just to make me feel strong.
Okay.
I'm attacking the ice.
Firebolt the ice.
Okay, you all get one shot at attacking the ice.
I got a 10 to hit.
Okay.
15 to hit.
Okay.
6 damage.
6 damage? Okay.
And a 17 to hit.
Okay. Damage?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
14.
Oh god, sorry, I can do math. 11 damage. That's force damage.
Oh my god.
So 14 plus 11 because 10 did not hit.
I also rolled. I did a non-cantrip, so
Yeah. Give me that
Should I
roll.
roll?
You're the best, man.
it's 12 again.
Cool. Okay, so 14 plus 11. What was everybody else doing?
Can I
Wait,
throw a
attendant.
javelin?
Sorry.
Or do we
Yeah.
need to be in initiative?
You can
order?
throw a javelin. I was giving you all one attack.
Okay.
And a 10 didn't hit the ice.
No.
Okay.
Glanced off.
12 for the javelin. So.
The javelin hits the ice and goes falling into the cavern below. As she roars again and steps forward. Roll initiative.
It's a good try.
Yeah, these dice hate me. I think I already raged.
17.
14.
I got a 4.
$17.
Okay. And Tempest.
6.
All right. All right. So at the top of the round, that is going to be Tranquil.
All right. I would like to run back in here. Can I get up that wall on this in one move action?
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah. See, if you use your, give me an athletics or acrobatics roll, and that'll
Okay.
determine how fast we get up the wall.
17 acrobatics.
Yep, you can get up there in one move action. You are now at the top of the wall.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I would like to scare the crap out of that baby.
Oh god.
What are you gonna do?
Hit it with fire.
Tranquil, I am right, and it moved up to my face.
I would like to. I don't know.
Fire.
I don't have those things.
As you approach, you see that there is the halfling woman who looks shocked and confused at the fact that her torment has stopped, and the Yeti tyke standing up with a very quizzical look.
Can I make an intimidation check?
Yeah.
23.
Okay. He does not get that. He looks at you and then like shrieks. And the rest of you see the mother Yeti as all of you hear this high-pitched child shriek from inside the cave. Her ears perk and she turns to the side to try to figure out what's going on. And that will bring us to Z.
Firebolt that bitch.
Okay.
That's a 21 to hit.
That hits.
So that is 8 fire damage.
Okay.
And yeah, that's gonna be it.
All right. That will bring us down to Tempest.
Okay, I step forward and I'm going to take a swipe at her. 11 plus 4, 15.
15. 15 will hit.
Okay, 9 plus 4 is 13 damage.
Okay. She shrieks at the firebolt and makes a little bit less noise, but still seems very perturbed by your axe hit. and that will bring us down to Altus.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is, as she comes up, I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt and try to just hit her in the face with my flash of light that streaks out from me. I'm going to... Ooh, that's a 23 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
So she's going to take 4d6. Sorry, y'all. Yeah.
Okay.
46 radiant damage. That's 17 damage. And then I would like to, as my class archetype, make an additional attack as a bonus action after I just attacked. And for that, I will just slash with my rapier.
Okay.
You can see that I realized last combat that I forgot I get to do a few different things.
We're always growing.
And that's a dirty 20 to hit. Thank you, Dice. You were so mean to me in the beginning of this episode.
Now we're coming back.
Coming back. There's my D8. For 6 piercing damage.
She looks terrible and she looks scared. And that will bring us to Finnick.
She hasn't gone yet, right?
She has not.
Okay. All right, I'll cause fear.
Okay.
And she rolls a 1.
Oh, thanks, Portend. Okay. She takes her full movement to try and get away.
So I read it again. She doesn't have to move. She just can't move any closer to me, and any attacks on me at disadvantage. But she doesn't have to physically move away from me.
So
that's your call if she would.
She's too worried about her child, so she wants to get back to the main room. So she's going to run back across the ice here. That means Altus and Tempest, you do get attacks of opportunity.
Yeah. I want to shove her over.
I was just going to poke with my rapier.
Can somebody confirm if you can do a shove on an attack of opportunity or if it's just an attack?
Anytime you can attack, you can instead shove.
Okay, I'll take it. Give me a roll for that.
Shove is just like a strength check, right?
It's athletics.
It's athletics still. Okay.
I remember you get advantage while you're raging.
And
17.
Okay, and that'll be contested against her.
Oh, she's probably pretty strong.
Is that a check?
That's a 19 from her, and that was
you rolls a 1.
disadvantage.
Actually, she actually rolls a 1.
Okay, both of those. Woo. I remember why people have feelings about divination wizards. And yeah, she falls down onto the ice.
No, I was trying to shove her over the edge of the...
Oh, over the edge of the pit itself.
Yeah.
She falls into the pit. And you hear her hit the sides as she goes down, screaming out until there is a loud crunch and thud at the very base of the pit.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
And you are out of initiative.
Well then.
I start moving towards Tranquil.
Are you going to take the ice bridge here, or are you taking the other way?
I'm going to move towards Tranquil as well, but I'm going to take the regular way. I don't trust that ice now.
Yeah, so there's an ice bridge here and a rock bridge here.
Can I spend my out-of-combat turn tying up the Yeti tyke?
Yeah, that'll be another contested strength check, but he's not as strong as his mom because he's a puppy.
I can only roll good on things like this. 17?
14. So yeah, you can time up. He is very scared from that intimidation check before and doesn't put up that much of a fight. And his eyes are just like big and wide. His little horns and big ears. As
How much
Herilu, the halfling, is still trying to get her bearings. She presses herself up against a wall, watching this whole scene. I will say, if you went through Altus, if you go through that pathway, you see that in the wall there are hewn these like trophy cabinets nearly. There are these holes that are there, and they have 4 heads within them. Some of them deteriorated into skulls, some of them looking fresher. You see the heads of 2 dwarves that are still fairly fresh. One of them is wearing the helm of the shield dwarves. And beyond that, you enter the room with Tranquil at this point.
Hey, Coulter.
Mm-hmm.
Unrelated, how much do Yeti Tykes go for back in 10 Towns?
I cannot comment on that.
Well, we're
Probably
not
nothing.
selling it.
Why wouldn't we sell it?
Look at it. It's helpless here. We just need to
Come inside
leave.
at that point.
We
I
killed
think-
its mother. We just need to leave.
You know that more than likely, if you brought it back to 10 tons, they would just kill it.
It still has one parent out there. I think we've done enough damage. I think we take the halfling and we go.
I'll also take the heads of the shield dwarves because I think our previous contract would probably want that back so we can lay them to rest.
I was just going to take the helmet, but we can take the whole head.
Yeah.
I'm not as familiar with the traditions of the dwarves.
Can I look around the room to see if there's anything else of interest?
Yeah, Garrett joins you at that point into the cave, and Perilu, seeing him, they embrace each other, even only being small time companions that are both just so excited that the other is alive. And they start to kind of catch up as he asks her questions and make sure she's all right, and she does seem unharmed. The area here, the ceiling itself is uneven. It ranges from like 10 to 20 feet in different areas, depending on where you're standing. But you don't see a ton of different stuff here. It's a lot of bones and discarded food. There is a overturned dog sled. There's like with a mess kit and an explorer's pack underneath it, and a bunch of blood spattered winter clothing.
Cool. I grab some blood splattered gloves and throw them to Tempest.
That'll work. Do you want to take any of the rest of it? The explorer's pack or the mess kit?
Might
or the
as
dog
well.
sled?
Probably should, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know about the dog sled, but
Okay. Okay, what are you planning on doing now that you have the type?
I think we
and
take the
parallel?
dog sled and we give it to the couple that were helping out because they seemed like they were in hard times.
you want to take the dog sled down that perilous climb?
Yeah, just drop it down. If it survives, cool. If not, no harm done.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, in the off chance it survives, they get a dog sled. If not, then
I got to throw something down the cliff and it was fun.
maybe they feel a little bit better.
Yeah, I don't know if we should keep this little guy tied up. It seems like he's pretty well afraid. Maybe we should just leave him without...
Maybe we keep him from crying out until we're a safe distance away somehow.
I can knock him out.
I don't know if that's what I meant. Does anybody have any other ideas?
We could like leave rations for him so he could play with or eat or whatever.
The halfling pipes up. I think his father was out for a hunt, and I haven't seen him return yet. But there's another one. There's another one of the grown ones.
Yes.
Then we should go. Leave the
Yes,
tyke.
We need to
We
be
should go.
immediately.
No. We take the tyke as bargaining chip against these things are intelligent, aren't they?
It's
It's 2
not a bad
points.
idea.
2 points.
If we take the if we take the tyke, then that thing will be hunting us up and down the mountain.
We just keep him with us until we're free of the cave.
And bring him out to the open where he can scream and cry? No, I think we leave him right here.
I think leaving him here is probably the best bet, Quill.
All right.
And then we hurry out of the cave. I'll send Jesker out first just to make sure we're not going to get ambushed by a Yeti.
As Jesker leaves, give me another perception roll. I'd like to know what Jesker sees.
That's no, that's not 11. That's more. That's 15.
Jesker sees about 50 feet from the opening that you all came in through to come in here. There is the male Yeti carrying a dead goat under its arm, walking back towards the cave.
And he's coming up the mountain.
Yeah.
Okay. He's about 50 feet away from the mouth of the cave.
So we're back to Tranquil's hostage plan then?
I think that...
Because 50 feet, that's like 6 seconds.
Yeah, take him as a last resort, I guess, and then we'll deal with it then.
So I throw the tyke over my shoulder.
Okay, is he still tied up, or did you untie him?
Still tied up.
Okay.
And we'll move to the mouth of the cave.
Okay, which way are you taking?
Oh, non-ice sheet, I would assume.
I'm not taking that
okay.
ice sheet.
Okay, great. So walking down the path, it is basically as you get to the mouth of the cave, you see what Jesker told you about.
Oh,
the
God.
Yeti at the mouth, holding a slaughtered goat in its arms.
We should have waited until he came in and then left the other way.
Sphere.
Cosphere. Okay, and he gets a save against that, correct?
Wisdom save, yep.
Thank you kindly. That's an 8.
Does not make it.
He lets out as he sees you and sees you carrying his child, and takes a step back into the snow.
And I'll just kind of like walk towards him. Back! Get back!
Every step you take towards him, he takes another step back.
And I'll just say, Quill, drop the child and let's go up the mountain.
Yes, please.
Okay. Where do you drop the child?
On
Just
the
in
ice
mouth of
sheet.
the cave. On the ice sheet?
Mm-hmm.
That
Okay.
sounds good to me.
Okay. And all of you were just heading out of the cave?
Yep.
Okay, once you are all clear of the mouth and he runs. Once he's not running towards Tranquil anymore, he runs into the cave and scoops up the Yeti tyke.
So to be clear, he steps onto the ice sheet?
To pick up the Yeti tyke. What do y'all do next?
I head back up, or head up the mountain more.
Okay. Continuing up the slope?
Yeah,
Yep.
I follow Finnick.
Okay,
I bring up the rear
cool.
with
Zeke?
my eyes.
And I'll have Jesker perch right on this guy here, or close enough so we can see the mouth of the cave to see
Great.
if he decides to come after us.
Okay. All right, so the Yeti takes the Yeti tyke up until you can't see them anymore back into the cave itself. And you are all heading further up the cave itself, or sorry, up the peak itself.
Yeah.
Okay. Garrett guides you now. He and Paralu trying to compare notes and see if they can figure out where Asterix could have gone. Paralu knowing Asterix much better than Garrett does. They both are excited when they finally see what looks to be some tracks, shoes of a humanoid, which they can't confirm that would be her, but at least it's somebody, and you haven't seen anybody else up the mountain at all, and neither had they when they came. And as you make your way further and further up Kelvin's Cairn, you all come across a ruined campsite. Which I cannot appear to reveal on the top of the map. At the edge of a vast crevasse with nowhere to go but down the end of this trail, there's a collapsed tent half buried in the snow near that precipice. Jutting out of a nearby snowbank, you see a pair of blue leather boots, next to which is a figure in the cold, wearing clothes, sitting in the snow, her knees pulled in tight to her chest, horns protrude from underneath the figure's fur-lined hood. Paralu runs up to the figure, and it quickly becomes clear that their tiefling wizard froze to death, trying to avoid the eddies.
So the tiefling wizard has 0 health points.
Totally gone.
Can I run up and cast Spare the Dying?
She's
You can,
beyond.
but it's clear that she probably died the night before.
Damn. Well, I still run up thinking maybe there's a chance.
You see Garrett sink down into the snow, almost defeated. He and Paralu together, realizing that they could have done more to save her. But the tiefling wizard kneels clutching her book. What do all of you do?
Are there any like death rites for tieflings that I should know about?
You, with your upbringing, I'm not entirely sure. If you want to try and roll religion to see if maybe you pick something up along the way.
No, I roll okay. 15.
You know that more than likely, most tieflings are just very integrated into culture itself. So it's likely that, depending on her background, being a wizard may be more important to her.
I just keep a watch out.
Mhm.
Just kidding.
Okay. So there is just the tent, the body, and the boots. What is everybody else doing?
And this is at the peak of the mountain, right?
Yes.
And there's nothing else up here. There's no druid.
There's no druid.
I'm going to kneel down into the snow next to the tiefling, and I'm going to be clutching my pin, my sigil of tear, and I'm going to just say a few words to myself.
I'll just scream out into the open air. Damn it! And just sink to my knees.
Echoes into the distance from this lone mount, hitting the smaller rocks on the way down, and you hear on the other side of the mountain the sound of what can only be another avalanche further down, as your rage is transferred to the rage of nature.
I'd like to search the bodies.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay, each of you give me a roll. Who's doing what first?
I'll go after the tiefling first. That's fine.
I'm gonna be on. 17.
Okay. You're muted.
15.
Okay.
15.
So looking at the boots, it's pretty easy to dig out of the snow, and there is another headless dwarf. All that is on his body is an empty wineskin, a half-eaten block of goat's cheese, and a miner's pick. The tiefling, more preserved by the cold and not buried in the snow, it's quick and easy to find a half-frozen potion of invisibility that she had on her belt, as well as a full wizard spell book. This is not something that anybody could necessarily read, but with some decipherment, you can tell Tranquil that it has 10 spells inside of it right now.
Master, as I hand off the book.
But I'll just kind of thumb through it. Very good, very good.
Thumbing through it, it's easy to see Ultra Self, Cloud of Daggers, Comprehend Languages, Detect Magic, Expeditious Retreat, Scorching Ray, Shield, Suggestion, and Tensor's Floating Disc.
All right, if we're done here, that's the job done. Should we get back down this mountain and into a cold inn room?
I'll kind of like pull myself up, compose myself. Yes, it's going to be a long flight down, especially if we have that Yeti who's going to attack us, maybe.
You hear from Jesker that there's no motion.
Oh, that there's no motion?
There's no motion.
Got it. So if we go now, maybe we can miss him before he takes his evening hunt.
Go.
As I stand up from my kneeling and mourning position, I'm just kind of saying to myself, God, I can't believe I ended up here. How did I get to this point? I'm on a cliff. I'm on a mountain in the middle of the frigid cold. And then I'm just going to start following everyone. But I'm probably going to be bringing up the rear.
I put my head on your shoulder and pat it and say, I never thought I'd be here either.
Do I hear this interaction between those two?
How loud are y'all being?
I'm not trying to hide it. I'm more just dealing with the grief of what's going on to myself.
And I'll kind of pass by in a huff. Welcome to 10 towns where gods go to die. And I'll just keep walking.
Maybe we can kill one of our own.
It is now just at the end of twilight. Most of this having taken place in those few hours of light as you make your way back down the mountain, with the additional help of a finally rested Garrett and Perilou. It's not nearly as difficult the first time to make it back down that climb. She breaks out her climber's kit and goes ahead of you all to lay pikes in your place. The rest of the way down is fairly straightforward, though as you get near to the bottom of the camp, you see one less mountain goat than you did coming up. Within another 4 hours or so from that top point, you get back to the base camp. You see that Boy has returned and is waiting to help guide all of your dogs back to Caer Konig. And that is where we'll end tonight. Thank you all so much for a up and down game there with a few moments that I was a little bit concerned about, but I appreciate all of your great efforts and creativity. Thank you again to everybody that sponsored us on Patreon. We really do appreciate that extra support. And thank you to everybody that's commented on YouTube and has subscribed on YouTube. It's super exciting to see that people are watching the content. We really have enjoyed all of the suggestions and everything y'all have given us. So thank you again so much. And we will come up with a tagline eventually.
Or when someone joins the top tier of Patreon and picks one for us.
Good night, everybody.